Greetings everyone, hello and welcome back once more to Frostpunk 2. Now it is the week 953, so we're coming close to 1000 mark, and just right on time also we received another wave of immigration. So we're looking at the almost 30,000 people now that live in Sleepy Hollow, and at the same time also what happened in the last episode was that over here the food district is out. So we've lost now completely one food district. I can actually get rid of it because it doesn't serve a purpose anymore. We can delete it and get a bit more space again that we can use then for for housing districts and stuff like that. The thing is, we cannot revive this at all, right? There's no endless or infinite deposit down there, so we will need to really dismantle it. That's just that. A few messages we have two riots going on right now that are blocking my housing district. That's the Menders. And this also causes me a big trust loss right now, unfortunately. Now, with the Menders, yeah, I'm trying to get the research done here for the foothold. This will make the foragers a bit happier towards us. We might also bribe them once more in 5 weeks. And then we could de-radicalize the members. That would be my goal to here. We could, of course, also use the special action that we have available now, quell the protests. I'm not doing this, though, because I really want to just use this for very special protest, right? And that is not that for now. And in this case here, let's head back. We have finished the food colony over here. That is right on time because we have no more food in a Sleepy Hollow, right? So that's the reason why this colony here is so important. And we do have the coal here. We do have the food district. And of course, what we can do now is building right away an advanced hothouse right on this one to pump out more food. We still have 800 workforce left with that. That's pretty much. So this is a full another district here that we can still build. And let's immediately also transfer that food over to Sleepy Hollow, right? And with that, we're actually quite positive again in Sleepy Hollow with 139 food available. Let's jump back to Sleepy Hollow. It gets a bit more complicated now with all these different colonies, right? The foragers' demand has been met. Unfortunately, it was not enough. So I cannot do anything else right now. In 1 week, we can bribe them. Let's just wait for this week to end. The warmer season is upon us. That's fine. I've already lowered the production of coal, right? Even though this is a deep coal vein, so it would last us another 22,000 weeks. And that is definitely going to be enough for the foreseeable future. And the Ventures successfully researched drugs manufacturing. In your district, they have erected a stage and now hold periodic rallies there as well. During the most recent event, they announced a new idea, the stimulants manufacturing, and this one here increases our production efficiency. We could also disregard it, or we could pledge to do this. Construct a stimulants factory. So basically they want to drug the whole population here to make them more efficient. I don't think we need that. There is no penalty as far as I can see to get rid of that. Let's fund them foragers once more. It was still not enough, unfortunately. Giving them... Oh, wait a second. There's also a law going on right now. That's for the frontier footholds now that we have, right? And what I can see is, yeah, it's not really liked. Outpost upkeep is decreased. Let's just see the machinists. Oh, I thought actually the machinists would be for it. We could still go with them though, right? They're mostly against it. The foragers are mostly for it. Let's have a look at the machinists, if they vote for it. Yeah, we would get the upper hand for this. They want to have an actuated heat dispatcher, the advanced chemical hothouse, to research this. Or research the pyrolytic charcoal plant. Let's go with the advanced chemical hothouse, since I can see myself building this at some point anyway. Quite decisive. With that, we have done it. Unfortunately, that was still not enough to push the foragers. It's incredible. Ah, there it is. Very good. Now. And now we can de-radicalize the Menders once. And this should now break the protests. There it is. Protests are falling apart. The Menders, by the way, lose strength. So they are down to 26 now from 30. The Machinists gain strength up to 28, which is great because they're more moderate. The Lords stay basically the same. And the foragers, I think they climbed a bit, but just a bit. That's that. Rallies also ended with the Ventures. That's also something you just have to do. Now, the industry zone is back online again. We're still not up with the goods production. That's, of course, also because we have now way more people in than before. So I would also like to work on something here. There's the automated workforce factory. No, we still only have the salvaging factory, is that right? No, there it is, the calibrated goods factory. That would be the one, because we have already a lot of prefab production, so I really want to push more goods production, right? And we do have two options here, and one is for the, of course, the menders, and one is for the venturers. I think the calibrated one is my favorite here. It increases squalor and takes a bit more heat, but less workforce. This one here takes more workforce, less heat, but also increases tension. So that's something I don't like. So let's go ahead and build this one right here as well, because we want to stockpile a bit more goods. There's another whiteout, a mine flooding whiteout it's going to be. So extracting coal will be more difficult during this whiteout then. And let's go ahead and actually get me a few more fuel stockpiles already, because boy, we're capping coal constantly. Let's just see where we could have them. Probably will need to frost break my way again to some more stockpile. So right up here at the edge of my town, let's go ahead and just get us a few frost breaks done for more storage deposits then that I would like to have over there. Food, fine, right? The housing is a bit problematic, but I actually wanted to send some people over to my colonies anyway. So in my fuel colony, right now we're producing the oil. More oil than before, by the way. So let's just check it out. Can we still transfer? Yes, we can still transfer. Perfect. We have the geothermal plant here. And we have over here now another oil district that I would like to build. For this, we need a bit more workforce. So let's transfer them over to my fuel colony. Yeah, it doesn't need to be that much. Let's make it 700. Right, with that we have around 1,200 available then. I will need to build another housing district though before they arrive. Squalor is notable still, so I might also consider building another moss filtration tower. For this also we do need more workforce though. And the food, of course, is primarily now coming then from my food colony. Here we are actually capped on food right now. And we have this one. There we still need the endless one, right? So I do have another food over there. So let's also start frost breaking towards this one. It's going to be the most important thing to prepare. That's another infinite. And then we have a third one. Yep, there it is. We can also frost break over to this deposit there. There you go. And also into that zone. So they're going to be combined, of course, at some point, because we can also still expand that one in the food colony. Food colony also gets hit by the storm soon. I think we're fine here, right? Since it's only one generator anyway, there shouldn't be that much of a problem. Also interesting, the next law that we could sign for the rule, Stuart's militia has 0 support. so yeah, well, passing this one will be very hard. And we could have our own militia with that. Sounds pretty dangerous, but also pretty fun. In the Frostlands, we continue. And yep, there's cores, 3 of them. There would be a stockpile increase. I think on the other side, did we do something? Some scouting. There it is. Also finished it here. More cores, very good. And population, I don't really like to push for now. 75 Frostland teams. Really, it gets a bit broad out here right now. I can launch another one up here. Up here. Here, so let's just scout this whole area. I don't really think that I have a priority at this point anymore, since we found the 3 colonies. There's not that much else that actually takes precedence right now, right? So I think just finding some survivors and some cores will be the most important thing, as we need a lot of cores still for all the advanced buildings. I'm still not quite positive on the goods, since my colonies also need that. So I'm actually going ahead and build me a second calibrated goods factory in my industry zone. For this, wait a second, can we build it now? Yes, we can already build it. Right, though they're quite expensive, so especially they need a core again, of course, and also a bit of heating. We have also finished this area here, so let's continue with some more fuel stockpiles. Right here. Shame you can only build one at one point, right? So definitely would like to build me a couple of these right away to further boost that up. And yep, another 3,500 people joined. I think this is scripted. For every whiteout, there is an immigration wave arriving. That's probably refugees from the storm. In this case, yeah, once again, we do lack the housing capacity now. The goods is just barely alive. We have to finish already the second factory. Is that right? No. Where's my second factory now? It's not there. Machinist demands was met. Very good. With the research. But it seems like we just lost the additional goods that we produce. I mean, it's 60 goods. Can't be that higher demand. Strange enough. Let's go ahead and, yeah, push more housing districts. I will need to expand them primarily. Going to go with more stuff over here. And we've gotten rid of the food district here, right? So there's lots of housing already. So we might just build another housing district in this area. And this time around, let's keep a bit of a space in the center here available, right? That is going to be hubs. So I might actually keep 2 spaces available. One is for the communication and the other one is for a hub that we might then just build on our own accord. Because with that, we will definitely then be able to boost all these housing districts here that are emerging right now. And let's just see, these 2 I would like to keep. So we're going to go into here. This is causing some squalor with the logistics district. Should be fine though. As long as we get the maximum near housing district bonus. And then I'm going to build another one here. And this area we definitely need to frostbrick again. So that the expansion can then be also combined with the other district over there. So if we expand that housing district. Yeah, material is full at 200,000. Also, it doesn't sound like a lot. The Sir Francis Channel has been explored. A new region. So that's now these areas up here. Population. Cores. 3 cores. Very good. Let's take them right away. In the meantime, in the fuel colony, the people have arrived. So we now have the workforce. Food is still fine. Housing is still fine. To also build us here the next extraction zone. And that is then here for the oil. And yeah, we can now combine it then here with the geothermal district. Exposed to the winds. We should not get into this territory. Still, can we expand that zone? Perfect. Because with that, we might be able to actually combine it with the oil district here that we have. I think I need to frost break here. To get the maximum bonus. Because that logistics district is exposed to the winds. So it has an increased heat demand. And the geothermal activity, I was actually going to also build me one of those geothermal plants then that we can have. There it is, unfiltered geothermal plant. A bit more workforce again that we don't have. So, in that case, we will need to get a few more people over to this colony. 10,000 is the goal here that we have, right? The fuel colony, 10,000. There it is. And with that, we're extracting more oil than ever. That we can then also send over. 102 output that we have. And I think actually also... Can we not send more over to Sleepy Hollow now? Yep, there you go. Right, because a negative 52 is still enough heating for the colony. Thanks to the geothermal plant, right? So we're just using more steam then. Alright, Mendes begin to protest again. They want me to build a patrol watchtower. Easy. And yeah, let's actually do this right away in the zones here. Oh, wait a second. It needs to be in an expanded housing district. We don't have a lot of these anymore, it seems. So I need to expand. And I think it was here, right? There you go. Getting a bit more heating out of that. This one is fully already. That's a housing district that we cannot expand because we made the mistake here of closing it in on all sides. It gets a bit messy there, honestly, of seeing where things are, so you need to keep a tight track on that. This district we can still expand 3 times into that direction. And don't forget, we also need to build another housing district for those homeless people before the storm arrives. And it's going to be a very long storm. It's going to be the longest storm that we had so far. I still don't see the end of it. That will be very interesting to manage. Okay, housing district expanded. Let's go ahead and build me one of these watchtowers. Here. And also the pleasure commons would also make sense probably somewhere here because it raises my trust level. Okay, the adventurers get a bit of a fervor there. But I like that my radical factions are going actually down in size, right? While my more moderate factions go up. So we probably should keep it like that a bit going. Really, no more housing district expansion. There is one more. But we are running out of space here. So this actually has now also been completed again. The goods consumption is just something that I don't understand. We build another good calibrated goods factory that theoretically produces 102 goods in addition. Did we delete that somehow? Because this wave of immigrants should not be just causing this. The fuel colony takes up 65, but the food colony, did we send something over there already? No, also not. Super strange. Of course I will need to build one because we need it. So let's build the next one. Right away. Oh, by the way, there I noticed it. Look at this. This one's actually focused on prefab production. Of course it needs to be goods production. There it is. Now we have a bit of a surplus there again. That was the mistake here. Right. That's something. And for hubs, I would like to go with a communication hub in here right away. All these housing districts get the maximum bonus out of that. That's just a super important one. The fighting hub is not that important because tension is not a problem thanks to my patrol watchtowers. So what we can still do also here in this district is getting a heating out there, right? The heating hub, this reduces the heat demand in neighboring districts, and it's quite a few. And everything of that counts. Okay, whiteout is upon us. I think the fuel colony is already in it. No, it's not. Where is it coming from? Oh, it's coming from another direction. Yep, it's coming from the food colony side. The food colony is also not in it yet. Where's the whiteout? There it is, right? There it is, yeah. And my food colony is here. Ah, yeah, there it is. So this is already in it. Let's just check it out. Heat demand is not quite there. So let's actually send some stuff over from Sleepy Hollow to the food colony. With the hothouses, of course, we have a pretty high heat demand here. So that's the biggest problem, of course, for this colony there. Okay, with that we have a bit of a surplus again, and we have the heat demand met for these guys. Okay. Back to Sleepy Hollow, where the storm is now coming in. I love that you can already see the storm before it arrives because the weather changes, right? So it's a bit more dynamic this time around. Very good. Storm hits. And to me it looks fine right now. We can last 2,300 weeks with the amount of oil we have now. And we can still also pump out more coal, right? If I increase my extraction zone here, we can still be positive on the coal as well. Let's also build us another moss filtration plant. Very important because honestly we're pretty high on the squalor. Holy cow, that's a very long one. And now the mine flooding whiteout also kicks in soon. So the heat demand will once again greatly increase after this event, right? So this is not the final demand right now. It's going to be more than that. Let's go for another research. And that would be the pumping geothermal plant now. So that's the upgraded version. This produces then more steam than before. In that case, so that we can make the fuel colony not require any oil at all. Right, so that would be the goal for this one. Because we don't have steam in Sleepy Hollow. Alright, the event should kick in now. Let's just see what happens then. Mine flooding whiteout. And we're looking at negative 600 oil now, alright? That would still last us 170 weeks. So it seems this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 70 weeks it's going to last us this time around. So this should still be enough, by the way. Way more above. We don't even need to put the overdrive in this time around, thanks to our intake optimization. We still need to also collect 40 cores for the next generator upgrade. That I would really like to do. So that would be that. Extraction district, look at that. We can even keep this one at the 3rd highest level again and still have a positive material demand as well. And with that, everything is positive, right? Even my trust is on the maximum right now, in the middle of a storm, in the middle of a whiteout. And fuel is so highly stockpiled that I don't need to worry about this at all. Lovely. I think we're in Utopia finally. If Utopia is that cold. Next on the research, let's go for generators, symbiotic regulators. So this is the only option that we have here really. And this one here, dynamic tabulator, improving fuel efficiency, allowing the generator to operate synergistically with specific districts. And this one also once again boosts the output then of oil, steam and coal, and also unlocks us this support here that we can then choose. 40 steam cores though we need for this. That's going to take quite some time still. And after a while, yeah, well, finally the storm is also coming to an end again. The longest whiteout so far and the least dangerous that we had so far as well. So there was no danger ever of running out of fuel. We have maximum trust and also, yeah, except for the menders who are not really liking us that much. Now this brings me to the last colony that we can still sell on, the materials colony. Let's send the colonists over. 3,000 colonists will settle here now. Will take once again some time because I of course also want to set my ambitions and finish them. So we have the food colony over here now. Something is running out here, so we already will need to put the endless extraction zone in, the deep melting one. For this we also will need to expand the district once more. Probably down here so that we can combine them. That would be my goal. And of course we need a few more people. I don't know what eliminate all problems from the city 4 of 5 means exactly. I can only think that we have these 5 problems there, right? And squalor is a problem right now. Greatly increased by the deep melting drill. Extremely decreased by my moss filtration towers. Dust coal mine, hydraulic pump jack. Yeah, of course we can turn off the coal mine further to reduce the squalor. It's minor now, right? So that should actually solve the problem there. It's still a bit there though. Perhaps that's meant by that. I think so, yes. And since we have so many goods now, I can actually also just send more goods over to my colonies to make these people happier. That's my fuel colony, and that's also then, of course, my food colony. Very good. Yeah, it's there with the squalor. I might build another moss filtration plant somewhere since we have enough workforce. So somewhere over there in the new districts that we have should also do the trick then just fine. There is my symbiotic generator. Oh, nice, and the foragers liked it. So in this case, yeah, finding the steam cores. Oh, and more people join. Finding those steam cores is probably my main target now. So we can just go ahead and just target those areas where there is a possible finding for steam cores, right? Yeah, those all require 25 people. I think that's the baseline now for all the outer districts that we still haven't touched yet. Yeah, they all require 25. There is a smaller one, but that has no steam cores. And that's the end of it, right? So here we have then completed the Frostlands. So in this case, nothing else I can do there for now. Oh, my fuel colony is still in the whiteout. It actually suffers a bit from the heating. So we do have the pumping geothermal plant now, right? So this produces not more. it just doesn't increase the squalor at all, right? But it's still producing the same amount, unfortunately. So there was no increase for this. Is this right? So the advanced we have, no, it's 200. It's 150, and the normal one is 150. All right, it just reduces the amount of squalor that's being produced by them. Right, so it's not doing anything else here. We can still build a second one, of course, over this, and I think we still have this one over there. So let's also frostbreak our way to this area once we have a bit more workforce. And since more people joined in Sleepy Hollow, I would also like to add more people then to the fuel colony. Let's make it really the 3,000 more, right? Because that actually solves the first mission here then, the first ambition. So there it is. With that we have 10,100, a bit more workforce coming in. Now that the storm is over, we have, of course, plenty of heat again. So it was really just during the storm. These people, of course, will need some more housing again. So let's also provide that. And I can still also, of course, upgrade my extraction zones for even more oil.
Steward.
Right, in the food colony, we have enough housing. Materials is lacking a bit. Everything else looks fine. I would like to build another housing district once again, because we're going to also send a lot of new people over to this zone here. Right, so we have the population available there. And if I just go with 10,000 flat out, we do lose some people, and that might be actually too much, right? Yeah, let's send 2,000 over for now. We need to do this step by step. And with that, I'll be able to, yeah, once again, build another extraction zone. And this hothouse looks creepy. Also, this zone has been frostbroken. Here we can still do a bit more. Unlock us those remaining ones. And the material factory, material fuel colony has been established finally after all this time. Somewhere in here, there it is, ready to produce materials for us. What kind of materials do you have? Iron veins, there is. 2 times. So these are endless material deposits that we have 3 times. Alright. And then, of course, my people in the center of it. Let's activate the generator. Can I do this? Do I need to establish some housing first, perhaps? Strange. Cannot activate this generator here. Okay, now we got the first people housed. I still cannot activate it, why not? That's strange. I was always able to activate it, at least at some point now. Oh, because we don't have any... Of course, because we don't have any fuel over here. Let's just see. There is no baseline fuel that we have for this colony. So we need to actually start from scratch. Yeah, let's get the coal over. Bit more than 28, perhaps. Alright, with that we can activate the heating. It's not enough though yet. How much more do you need? We're sending 180 over already. There's quite the demand for coal here. Can I send this over? This should help, right? So I'm probably going to push it down to that again. Get the oil over instead, because oil is a bit more efficient when it comes to that. And we have plenty of oil. And as we can see, we can still now build more than of that as well. Let's build another housing district right away for this. And then we would have the material iron vein then here available as well. Already we could send over some 100 material back to Sleepy Hollow again. So this is quite nice. To, for example, deactivate them in Sleepy Hollow to reduce the squalor. That would be an option. Let's also get some goods over. Make a bit of a surplus there. And a bit of food, of course. Overtrail's capacity has been reached by quite a bit too. We need to actually connect this one here with a skyway, right? To make this a bit more efficient. So there we have the skyway. Mendes begin to protest again. Recovery hospital, I need to build one. That's okay. So there we have the colony. And I think out from here we could go for that zone there directly. There you go. That skyway here, right? That all the skyways then lead to Sleepy Hollow. And let's go ahead and build us one of these recovery hospitals. So those people are happy. Yeah, the menders are not going to be so easy to manage in the future. Meanwhile, with all the 10,000 people in the fuel colony, we still lack a bit of housing. So let's build one more housing district. And also keep expanding the other ones. So that we have then also all the workplaces available. Getting this one down probably is not the best idea. So I'm not going to connect them at all. And with the workforce that we have, of course, yeah, we can just go ahead and happily build us another upgrade to my pumping. That would be the advanced pumping, advanced fracturing pump jack. Some over here, very good, for even more oil than before. And we have so much workforce that we could even build another geothermal plant right away. So there can actually be a second one here for even more steam. And with that, we should not need any oil then in this colony here, right? Unfiltered pumping, there it is. Another steam core, unfortunately. There you go, 600 steam we have with that available. That's going to last us for a while. Housing we also have plenty of now, so let's just check it out quickly again. We can now transfer another... Yeah, we can actually maximize that, right? The problem though is with that, actually we do still need to send some other things over. So there it is, some food again. Materials, yeah, and we actually get into a material shortage now, as you can see, with all those colonies. So it's going to be important to really push out the material colony as well. And with that, the fuel colony, I'd say, is finished for now, because now we have a stable balance. We still have a bit of oil that we stockpile here, right? And yeah, we still deliver a lot of oil now to Sleepy Hollow. My question is, if I build another automated freight dock, can we actually double the capacity again for the logistics? That would be something then once we have more oil here that we can test out. Now with that, let's go to the material colony ASAP, where yeah, we have the workforce, we have a stable population. Heating is not quite there yet, but I would still like to go ahead and start with the first extraction zone here. That is the material vein. This causes squalor though, so I might actually, wait a second, get my frost breaking away from this, so we can kind of like expand the district over here, right? And the second frost breaking goes to that zone, to that endless iron vein over here as well. That's the important thing, that we pump out more materials. And let's make sure that this colony is also properly heated. Yeah, we have actually everything except goods. So, oh, and another population increase. 126 negative on the goods. That's crazy. I never thought that goods would be such a big problem at some point. Resource-wise, I think goods factory-wise, we cannot do anything else, right? Nope, this is foundry for material production, prefab production, and once again, material production. So we already have the best goods factories enabled. So the only thing I can do now is combine my industry zones here into something bigger, right? And calibrated goods factory. And we have another spot here somewhere. There it is. One more we can actually upgrade from the salvaging one. That would be it. And it's still not enough though. So the industry zone that we build up there now is hopefully my salvation. And yeah, let's build this one here and just have a look at... We perhaps keep this one empty there, because with that I will be able to build another heating hub, right, that we're going to need. Right in here in the center. That's important. We have a bit of a stockpile though, right, to work on. So that's fine. Okay, something is going wrong in the fuel colony. The squalor is severe with all the industry here. So let's also build this workforce we have. A moss filtration plant somewhere here. That we can reduce that. Otherwise people are not going to be super happy about it. Living here in this city. Now material is the one that I want to focus a bit, because now we can build the extraction zone here. I'm just going to stretch it over, right, into that area. I'm not going to build it there yet because there's an increased heat demand, what I can see. Up here we don't have that. And this is actually a chemothermal plant as well, so there would be heating available. So this could actually be also self-sufficient when it comes to heating. Let's build this up here as well, frost breaking. We need the materials because we need more goods. Way more goods at this point. There it is. That's 300 more materials. That's insane. And of course, with that, I would also like to have then the advanced mechanized sawmill on top of that. So this is going to be quite the booster now for my economy. And I would also like to build me another housing district here because I want to get more people over. There you go. Another housing district. Yeah, Sleepy Hollow is not looking so good right now with the goods, but I'm pretty confident that we can do this. And that would be then the new industry zone that we finished. Let's focus on the goods production once again. I can't do it. Seems like a minor bug. Now we can do it. Perfect. And let's go in and also build this, the calibrated goods factory once more. Right in here. Yeah, the materials are coming in though from the material factory now. Send this over where we have a huge surplus. And there's going to be more, of course. Very good. And with that, we have it stabled. Also gain the achievement Paradise City. Have all major problems absent for 50 weeks in a large city. Very good. And with that, only one more thing remains, and that is the materials colony that we need to push to 10,000. For this, I will need a few more survivors. Let's just see what we find out there. There's 900 survivors here. We have scoured this area. That's just a landmark. There's lots of stuff over here. Oh, what is that? The peak is visible for miles around. It's a weather station. And this just could attract, I think, other people. There's more cores. Oil deposit. Oh, and that's one of them, right? That's one that gives me a core per week. Up to 10 cores in total. So let's also build this one and connect it with my trade route that we already have over there. And yeah, I mean, let's scout this area. There's only materials here though. Goods. There it is, steam cores. And steam cores. There would also be survivors here. 1,600 foragers. Let's take them in as well. Embracing progress. Stuart, you have been leading us on a steady path towards progress. Maybe the time has come to embrace it and bring forth a society where machines are the lifeblood of the city. We now can research the automaton primacy. And we will reorganize the city so that automated machines can carry out most of the labor. In order to boost production even more, the steward may issue an order for automatons to swarm the city. Powerful squalor reduction tool. And negative 25% workforce requirement. Take me there. Let's research it, right? Oh, we can enact it right away. Sounds a bit too risky. Oh, that's the cornerstone now here, right? That's because we've reached max progress. That's interesting. So all of these tech trees at the end of it have another major boost that you can do. I'm going to wait on that just real quick. I want to finish my ambitions first. Because I don't know if we not go down a dangerous path with that, with radicalization on the Mender's side. Could be, right? And I definitely don't want to try it out too soon. Let's send some more people now over to my colony, the materials colony. If I do the 10,000 right away, we actually will finish the ambition. I'm going to wait though for those people here to join, the survivors first. Because I don't want to have not enough workforce. And just at this point, we should get the people over. There it is. So we have now established the colonies, right? I just have once again a problem now in Sleepy Hollow. I, by the way, also will need to build more housing districts here, so let's do this. And can I expand these? Because we will also need to build one of these housing blocks then, right? The subsidized housing blocks. There you go. Food we need to get over, of course, again. And the goods then. And look at that, 600 material surplus right now. That's crazy. Such a beautiful high number. With that we can produce a lot of goods then in Sleepy Hollow. Get the goods over. Heat-wise, it's fine. Let's get a bit of oil over. I mean, we have the geothermal plant here. Let's get the geothermal plant going. And the food I'm also going to get over. But as I can see, I'm going to need a bit of more food production from the fuel colony. Over there we have the steam hub. Let's go for this. And actually we finished the ambitions. You did it, Stuart. You came in with a vision, a promise, and you delivered. Sure, some sacrifices had to be made, but through thick and thin you held the city together. Can you hear the crowds under your windows? It's your name. They chant your success on their lips. You gave them a purpose, something worth living for, something worth fighting for, a future. Our city will stand the test of time, a beacon of hope in the darkness. And we can now continue with the playthrough. There's one more thing we need to do. With all the ambitions finished, we have officially now finished the Utopia City Builder mode. I got the achievement from that, so it must be the case. However, we have also now fully embraced or fully finished the progress tree. With that, we can do one more thing at the end of it, and that is fully embracing progress. Let's go ahead and do this. We will reorganize the city so that automated machines can carry out most of the labor in order to boost production even more. And with that, progress has been embraced. All adaptation laws and buildings are now incompatible with your city, meaning they will greatly increase tension as long as they remain. We also get the Release the Swarm City ability, which allows automatons to take over the city, increasing efficiency and greatly reducing squalor. Also, workforce demand is significantly decreased. So we have 8,000 workforce over. We have fully embraced progress as our cornerstone for this city here. We're on very good terms now with the machinists, especially. They're getting way stronger, by the way. They're stronger now than adventurers, right? And yeah, we have a complete stable city at this point. 30,000 people, all the resources fulfilled, fully embraced progress, and more or less total stability in my population with maximum trustability as well. That's the end for this very first playthrough of Frostpunk 2. What an amazing game. I hope you enjoyed it. There's basically nothing new now that we could research here or go for, right? It's just expanding now what we have. I might reserve this for the Frostpunk Mega City Edition if it comes to that. I would gladly do it. I hope you would enjoy it. Please let me know. Or also the Frostpunk Extreme Edition, where we are playing on the Captain difficulty, of course, with all its juices as well. What an amazing game. I totally recommend it at this point, all the way up to the end. A few performance problems perhaps, but other than that, a really amazing experience with a tight atmosphere as well. Especially the campaign is absolutely worth the playthrough, and the endless mode, of course, as well, with all its difficulty settings and maps that you can play on. Hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.